Hello and welcome to another episode of A Ghost in the Magazine. I'm Steph.
And I'm Elle, and this is Heidi.
That's Heidi. In rare form, actually, because you don't see that until the end of the movie. Spoiler alert!
Spoiler,
Okay,
I posted
well,
this on my Twitter, so everyone's got a spoiler. I was like, iconic. Although, I wonder if I'm
yes.
gonna get TOS for it. Like, no, she's wearing a dress.
I mean, you can't really tell. Honestly, it looks like she's a fucking skeleton. So, like, if bones are wrong, I don't want to be right. I don't know. Something like that.
Yep, bones.
Bones and all. Sorry,
My
nope, that's not
skeleton
this
shirt.
movie. Heck
Mm-mm.
yeah. I just have a totally rad Goodwill shirt. She's great. So we covered this movie briefly. We did it during 31 Days of Horror when we were watching all of these doll movies, but she deserves a revisit, even if not to just scream justice for Kuja or Team Kuja through the
Yes.
whole episode. Because she was the sweetest little 5-year-old baby. And for why? You know what's crazy about that? They didn't just, I mean, like a jumping ahead or whatever, but they didn't kill Tina. And like, I'm not saying I want them to kill the kid, because that's
No.
not what at all what I'm saying here at all. But if you're gonna kill the dog,
Well,
what the
also
shit?
just like the effectiveness of killing the animals. Like, I just don't understand it. Why does it hate animals? Like, what is it? Like, I'm still very the psychic very clearly said the demon cannot be in the doll. They can't live in the doll, but the demon is in the doll. The demon's
So,
attached to
all
the
right.
doll. It's very messy.
Okay, so just briefly, what this is. So obviously it's a doll, but these boys, but your basic little teenage white boys,
Fuck faces.
um, yeah, they film everything. One of the boys' sister gets her a job, gets him a job, bird sitting and house cleaning for this old woman named Dottie, and they fuck around and find out because
They
there's some
sure
shit in her
fucking do.
basement, including this bitch.
No, it's in the attic, and it's okay. The thing about this attic is it's a crawl space fucking attic. My grandparents have one of those. My parents have one of those. I've never been in there. I had one in my old house, and I will say that the only time I saw what was in that attic was when I tore the ceiling out because the plaster was fucked up. I don't see an attic with all of that storage space and shit through a crawl space attic like that, because usually if there's that much room up there, there's attic access. That's not how houses are built. But I don't know. They're in
Okay,
the desert. Things go
so
different in the desert.
that wasn't even my primary issue
I know
with
it
the
wasn't.
attic.
I get fixated
So,
on stupid shit. We know
well,
this
I mean,
about
like,
me.
I know mine is probably equally as, whatever. We just are on different ends of the spectrum of like the bullshit things that we pick out of movies. Um, my problem with the attic, first of all, every time I think of attic, I think of Exorcist.
Hmm.
When I was a kid, I just thought
Bad
it just
bed.
lived in the attic. Yeah, I didn't make the connection with the Ouija board. I was like, no, attics are scary, right? So
Yeah.
they were talking about later about other dolls, and apparently Annabelle, they said, was found in an attic. So it was like they were taking little pieces of
Yep.
different doll things. But my issue with the attic was that if it does, first of all, if it's cracked open and it's not my house, I'm minding my fucking business. But also, if there's no ladder to go up there, I'm not gonna get one to go
Right?
up there.
Can we just talk about how utterly
Yep,
unwatchable the first half of this movie is? Just
that's probably
absolutely
why I started falling
irritating.
asleep.
Like, and the other thing is as somebody with severe motion sickness, my stomach did not really
Oh,
last through this movie. The camera work, I get that they're trying to make it seem raw, but it's not safe for people with motion sickness. I had to get up a few
mm,
times and walk away and like let my stomach calm down. And I will weather this. for certain things. Like sometimes I watch like Urban X videos because I like seeing inside of old rundown houses and shit. You know, sometimes I will get myself sick for a video game. I just don't know that this was worth getting sick for myself, like the second time through. I did listen
Consider
to a lot
that.
of it, but
So yeah, I wasn't watching most of the first because for me, where the money is like the last half of the
mhm.
movie. The first half is it's literally nothing, and then shit starts picking up. I'm just a fan of the nonsense because you don't get into her lore at all
No.
anywhere, and it's like there's the Raggedy Doll, like, and they call her Raggedy, and I feel like the rule number one, if you're gonna fuck around, don't antagonize the thing, you know what I mean? Like, she's clearly having a bad hair day, we
Just be
don't
like,
need to
you're
track her
beautiful, honey.
more.
You're beautiful.
And so right, oh, you're stunning, I'm gonna back away slowly and exit forever and hope you don't haunt me for the rest of my life. So the lore that I came up with is that pissed her the fuck off, and she said, all right, I'm burning down your whole universe, bitch. Who's ugly now? You know what I mean? Who's raggedy now, my
Oh
guy?
god. That is what I would do. Fight. Who's
Right?
fucking
I
ugly
mean, it's the
now,
only
bitch?
logical. Bitch. It's the only logical explanation here for what transpired afterwards because she literally said fuck everybody,
Well, the
and
other thing
it's
is
a
she's
patina.
just living in this attic, and if all it takes is like being in the same vicinity as her, how come like,
Mm,
you know, she affects people that this old woman didn't even interact with her that we know of. It doesn't show the old woman interact with her. But the old woman lived in
no.
that house for years before, so like
Yeah. And then it just happens to be cracked, or maybe it's always been cracked and she just didn't give a shit, or
mhm.
she minds her own fucking business.
Yeah, and
Like,
she's
oh
never told the doll that she's
no,
ugly.
for that part, respect your fucking ancient elders.
You see a demonic doll, give it 5 compliments, okay? And back away
Right?
slowly.
You is smart. You is important. Just tell her or go away.
You're a bad bitch.
Use the bad bitch. Use the bad bitch.
You
As
can
you
make
can
the
see
money.
from the picture behind Elle, she's a bad bitch. She's a bad. And she's having an excellent hair day. Excellent.
She's doing that for me, you know. My hair.
Hell yeah. She
I
said,
I'm
"Oh
having a
yeah,
no
you can get
product
it."
day, so
It'd be like that. I'm having a my hair still damp day. It'd be like that. I want to talk about the deaths. I want to talk about the deaths here because that's the part that matters. Okay.
body
Because
count.
Jack's a dingle dangle, right? He's like the most dingle dangle. The other one, Ryan, he's like unseasoned potatoes. Unoffensive, you know what I mean? Inoffensive. He's just kind of there doing his thing. He talks super monotone, but Jack is literally a dildo. And but his brother Elijah didn't do nothing. He just happened to be in the fucking house when Heidi came to do her revenge. And
Mhm.
also, he doesn't seem like he's not giving party god. So for him to throw this rager with all these actual adults is fucking weird.
Yeah.
First of all, because they didn't even look like college students, if I'm being real. They look like adults who had no business going to a
Mm-mm.
party thrown by an actual teenager. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
child, my dude. God.
Children.
Not to mention the fact that Jack says to him, like, oh, this is my younger brother. He didn't get any of my looks, har har. And then the cousin says the same thing
Oh,
about them later. And it's like, what a fucking white bread, stupid fucking cracker family. Sorry.
oh my god! Well, you know that shit is hereditary. Then they don't have any more.
Right?
They don't have anything else. That's what I don't know.
You know,
I have
I'm a
no
cracker born
explanation.
and raised, and I don't say shit like that.
You're spicy white. It's different. It's different. So it confuses me then why Elijah had to die and like gruesomely. So I thought it was a nice touch with all these like bloody notes everywhere with the music and the bloody smiley faces. But this,
At
she literally
first,
like peeled his skin off.
at first, I thought the smiley face was Duty. It looked like doo doo.
Oh no,
I was
no!
like, that
I don't think
smiley
she
face
peeled.
is covered in duty.
I don't think that she has a butthole to like duty for
I don't know.
crimes.
She's got to have
Fake
something
it,
you can put your
baby.
dick in. I'm just.
Yeah, one of the skeleton holes. Dudes get creative. I don't know. I don't know. That's not my business.
Yeah, she did make the little brother into Cassandra from Doctor
Yes.
Who.
Moisturize him.
Moisturize him now.
Where's Jay when you need him? And then for her to just simply slit Jack's throat, like, honey, you wasted your creativity on the little boy who wasn't even there when it happened, when they
Yeah.
found you.
And it was like the least
Why?
convincing slit throat I have ever seen. Like, there's so much more blood. If you effectively slit a throat, you're talking about like he's not on his feet when he's not gushing. Because if you stop gushing when your throat slit, you're already dead because there's no blood getting to your brain. Because you have an artery somewhere around here that supplies your brain.
Somewhere in this general vicinity.
Oh no, I'm
To
not
be
a
fair though,
doctor.
I'm just a doctor sailor. Bring boys to my boat. Anyways,
I'm a
to
girl
be fair,
boss. Sorry.
I don't think he had much blood going to his brain to begin with. So no loss there. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't presume to know her shit. I don't know her. I don't know her.
The order of deaths is also kind of mystifying because like you'd think that she would kill the people that like, started it first,
We're
but
there. Right. So she kills it makes sense that she kills Dottie, I guess. Not
I
really though, because she's
guess.
been in the house this whole time. So she literally exorcism flips his old lady's head around and then cooks the bird in the oven. That's fucked up. The bird
That
didn't
is
do
fucked
shit.
up. That bird was cute.
He was very cute and he was trying to warn everybody when he was squawking like demon alert.
Yeah.
Demon alert. Demon
I
alert.
need a fucking bird just to give me demon alerts, I need
Right?
to know when there's a demon nearby.
I don't know, and how else will you know if you don't have a demon alert bird? Like,
Exactly.
so yeah, all right. And then he tries throwing her away a bunch of times. You have to know from Child's Play that shit doesn't work. It will just get up and walk back to your house and go, surprise, shorty, I'm back. Did you really think you could toss a hoe? Yeah, he does.
Yep.
And the neighbor girl, like personally for me, I know teenagers are like dumb. I was so dumb when I was a teenager. But he's weird. Weird stuff's happening. I'm not hanging out with you. I'm not gonna hang out with you and paranormal activity your bedroom over a doll. I'm not doing it. That's not a fun like summertime activity to me. Um, but I don't know. I never went to summer camp. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. I'm just really not sure. No idea. But that was a lot. That was a lot of for nothing because all the camera catches is the doll sitting up one time.
They
So
also
with
mention
Tina,
R word the doll, but they don't R word it.
I
And
know. I know. I literally wrote our name the doll. We just can't be doing that.
you can't.
No. And then like I just don't know how they thought scrolling one page on like haunted dolls. They're like, there's absolutely nothing on Heidi. There's nothing here. There's nothing about Heidi. Let's go to a psychic. Nothing.
Nothing.
The thing with Tina though happens earlier than that, but I really like the scene with Tina. I am glad that they don't kill the child.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been just way too much. Like way too much. But I really like that scene because it's a little, scary because that baby was like so scared, and then when they show the nanny cam footage, it's a little spooky. It's a little spooky to see Heidi's little head pop out. All that shit with her little appendages popping out, like just you can barely see him or like scooting back into the darkness. Actually scary. I like that. I like it a lot. I feel like we needed more of that. It does not completely temper the horrible, terrible acting. And you know who actually was not a bad actor in this movie? The detective guy. He actually seems like he's been an extra on a CSI episode or two.
Also, like, as much as it's not believable that the cops would give a fuck about some kids that like I just don't see how they drew that line to the kids and the guy started showing up. I do think that based on living in a place where our biggest murder case that was actually, it was covered on like the fucking true crime shit, and we look like absolute fucking yokels because our police force literally decided that the kid that they thought was guilty because he likes spooky things and wrote poetry. And that is so
Oh my
that
god, they would have investigated the fuck out of us.
yep, but like this cop being like, "Oh, you make prank movies?" Like as unreal as that is, it's really unreal that a police officer like in a normal movie, you wouldn't do that. That's stupid. But if you lived here, you would 100%
Yeah.
believe that cops would be suspicious based on some bullshit like that. You listen to Marilyn Manson, get the fuck in
Oh,
jail. Nobody listens to Marilyn
you're a
Manson.
criminal. Yeah, all right. So they get to the psychic because none of the videos and shit of Heidi will post because she said, not for free, biggie. Not for free.
She wants to be paid.
As she should be. Look at them yams.
Damn right.
Look at her. Legs
Don't
for
put that
days,
online for free. That's OnlyFans. Come on.
right? Heidi legs for days. I'm a demon. That's fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She did kill Kuja. She did.
She
We have
did.
to
Fuck
remember
her.
that she killed Kuja.
We should open a Ghost in the Magazine OnlyFans, and this is the only picture on it.
Literally pay for it. Fund
Pay
our
for it.
bullshit. Fund our bullshit by buying photos of stripper Heidi. Heidi legs for days. I'm a demon. So they go to the psychic. The psychic stuff is hokey. They're carrying this bitch around in a zipper bag. She's like, tries to take a Polaroid picture of it. The clock stopped, and she's like, get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Heidi's super dramatic. She puts on a show, okay? She puts on a fucking show. She does this thing when Kuja goes missing. She does this thing where she leaves a trail of like toy animals to the trail of blood that eventually leads them to dead Kuja. And that sucks. I hate that. I really hate it. But surprise, she also can't like be destroyed. So there's nothing you can do about it. You can't burn her. You can't throw her away. You can't destroy her and you can't drown her, but they try and then it kills all the fish in Lake Mead. Like, hello? All of them.
Bitch is toxic.
You know that she is as toxic by Britney Spears starts playing in the background for her next set. So the end of the movie I really enjoy because there's like all this, well, he's filming his sister because she's a ballerina. I don't think they ever mentioned this at any point in the movie at all. And then all of a sudden she's a ballerina so that she can do this like elegant dance number, and he's recording it for her so she can critique herself. And while they're doing that, there's like cuts of this news footage of all these, terrible things happening, and all the fish and the dead fish. I think that scene is really cool, but obviously the coolest scene, that guy. Yeah, she kills everybody. She kills everybody. And this
Kill 'em all,
scene,
James. Sorry.
gotta kill them all. Pokemon theme. I'm sorry. I literally I can't. I just can't. I really, this scene when we watched it the first time was so fucking scary. It was so fucking scary to me. It was so fucking scary because I wasn't expecting to see her like that. I wasn't expecting that. And then when her little hands come out, I'm like, what is it? What are those? Well, this time I was falling asleep, but I was just waiting for the end because this, yeah, I don't know. She kills everybody.
Yeah.
I think it's entertaining. I think it's not the best found footage film, you know,
I
but
like
I think it's decent.
I like that they try to use a lot of different types of footage, and just like
Mm-hmm.
really compile something that was like it's interesting to see like the different perspectives within it. I
Yeah.
don't like the editing choices that they made, as in keeping the movie as long as it was. I think they could have cut this down to like a solid 45 minutes and it could have been really good, to be honest with you. Like, just cut out all that shit. Like, all you got to do is tell us that they do this joke thing. I don't have to see it for a half hour. It's fucking boring. Like, if I wanted to watch some kids be
Yeah.
dumb on YouTube, I would go watch some kids be dumb on YouTube.
Period. Because you can find like exactly this.
Yeah,
But I think that
absolutely.
when people make movies that they have this thing against like the time, like it has to be a certain thing. But like
Hmm.
for a not that great but okay in a lot of spots movie, an hour is great. Like an
Yeah.
hour tops, like that's fine and it can work. Like ADHD folks appreciate when you
Yeah.
shove it all into, it's not for everybody, but this movie's not going to be for everybody anyway.
Hmm.
It's just not. But yeah, I like it. I've seen it twice now. I am not gonna watch it again. But you know, well, I wasn't mad at the second watch.
I'm not
I was
mad
asleep.
except for like my stomach kind of fucked with me a
Mm.
little bit, and I already made some questionable decisions involving my diet and the things that I drank this morning. So I drank way too much coffee. I'm not an alcoholic, okay? It was way too much fucking coffee, and I ate a
It's
string
good
cheese
that.
for breakfast, and it did not bode well for me. I did not have a fun
Now,
time
why on earth did you think that that was not a murderous combination?
because I'm dumb.
You're smart. That was just not a smart choice, and
Just
it's okay.
stupid choice. I went for a walk in between. That's the thing. It's like I had the 2 cups of coffee and I was like writing this morning. And then I'm like, I've got to watch this movie and I don't want to. So I'm going to go for a walk and reset my brain and come back. And when I came back, I was like, I'm tired because I went for a walk. So I'm going to make myself an iced coffee because the coffee's cold now. But I
But
better
didn't
eat a
we talk
string
about
cheese.
eating? No, did we talk about eating before having coffee?
We talked about it. I just
I
have
didn't
not
agree
employed
to
it
it.
yet. I just have not employed this yet into my life. I'm just like never hungry in the morning, so
That's valid. Yeah, so I looked up a couple of reviews and I think the common consensus was that it was too long and it
see
wasn't
that.
the best found footage, but I just want to look really quick because someone did give it a 10 out of 10 and they
Well, it
said best
cannot
found
be
footage
the
of the year.
best. It can't be the best because the best one is definitely when Peach Fuzz like rubs his ass against the door and like
Oh yeah,
suggestively. That
Creep is
that
Creep is
moment
number
though,
one.
that moment just like won every movie for like the next 10 years. Like that
Yeah, but
just
what year did that come out?
I
Because
don't
this one
know.
came out in 2014.
Let's see. When did Creep come out?
So
Let me find out. I
This
don't
movie has
even.
some really solid reviews.
Oh, it came out in 2014 as well.
What, Creep?
Creep, yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not the best of the year because Creep takes the cake.
Creep was good.
But the person who gave it 10 out of 10 wants to stress that this film was made before Annabelle, by the way.
Was what?
It was made before Annabelle was made, but it wasn't made before Annabelle existed.
No.
So
Obviously, because it's mentioned. But Annabelle was a shit film that wasn't anything like that. Like, it's not even the same genre.
that's true. I genuinely, not to be shitty, but I genuinely feel like the person who left this review may have been in the movie because I truly hope Heidi gets a nice fat distribution deal because say what you will about found footage, this movie rocks what it's got and then some. And seeing some of the dribble that hits big screens representing the genre, it would be nice to see something so well crafted and with so much heart behind it up there on the marquee.
Bro,
That's a lot for this movie, I feel like that's a lot. That's giving it a lot.
it is.
Like
It's a little
I
bit
don't think
too
it's a bad
generous.
movie.
Yeah.
And I speak highly of it when I speak of it because I feel like watching this movie for the first time, not really knowing what you're gonna get and then getting this shit at the end, I feel like that's amazing. But
Yeah.
that's only good for a one-time watch. When you know she's coming, you wait for her.
Yeah. Like, this scene is great. I actually really like the end, that whole like the ballerina scene and everything after it. That's
Yeah.
great. It's just like everything before that is patchy. And that's the thing. And like
Yes.
the first half hour, it could just be tossed out. That's the problem. Okay, well, here's another critique. There's not a likable character in this movie aside from Kuja.
No, no, the
Kuja's the
sister was
only one.
shitty. Like you weren't invested. The neighbor girl was okay. So she
Weird.
was fine, but like she had weird shit. Like
Yeah.
for her to be like, "Oh, why didn't you tell me the doll was murdering people even though we're at a psychic because there's obviously something wrong with it and a demon inside of it. You can walk home." And then for her to come back and be like, "Hey, oh, hello, get it
Well,
together. Go to therapy."
I'm gonna
No
meet
sense.
this guy on the road and become massively involved in everything to the point where I get cursed by this evil doll within like 5 minutes of meeting him. Like,
That's all I'm saying. I want to hang out with him. Hey, I've seen you pass my house a couple times. You live around here? I'm not asking you. I'm not going to ask you that question. I'm not going to stop to talk to you with your camera,
no. If
respectfully.
you're filming shit in front of my house, I'm gonna avoid you very hardcore. Like, I'm just
Yes. My Alexa just lit up, bro.
it's listening in. Wants to know about Heidi. Justice for Kuja.
Justice for Kuja.
That's all.
Alexa, justice for Kuja. Sorry, I'm not sure about that. Okay, anyways. Well, you can find this podcast on the interwebs at ghostinthemagazine.site or on Twitter at GITM Podcast. You can find me on Twitter at WitchXPudding.
And you can find me at Nocturnical.
Okay, bye.